different roles, looked really good the last time out.
They did. 2 freshmen in the starting lineup in the backcourt. Foster, McCain were both very, very good on Saturday.
And we are underway, 2 seconds in. And one of the officials looks back and says, we are good to go. Hofstra basketball.
Well, you mentioned Thomas, an outstanding scorer. They're going to have another stoppage right here. We've been around this Hofstra team for 2 days, embedded a little bit, you'd say, Doug, and the vibe from this team, very positive, excited to be here in Cameron, and a terrific mid-major club coached by arguably the best player in the school's history.
Sure, 3rd-year head coach Speedy Claxton. And Tyler Thomas getting the business from the Cameron Crazies. And it's always fun to watch the non-conference teams that don't often get the opportunity to come into Cameron walk in for the first time yesterday for practice and just look around in the traveling party. It is a huge deal for the Pride to be here, seeing what they can do against the Blue Devils. And right on cue, Tyler Thomas, the 5th leading scorer in the nation, has his first 2.
It's interesting that Duke prepared their game plan to slow him down, and he created his own shot opportunity on the first possession.
Well, before shoot-around today, the first thing Duke head coach Jon Scheyer said to his team as Jaco Fritz comes up with a block shot, we've got to defend the 3-point shot. Hofstra shoots the 3 as well as anybody in the country. And on the first possession, perhaps that played into Hofstra's favor with the up fake to drive in for the mid-range.
And I think you're right. Hofstra will play a 5-out offense. They'll spread the floor, and they'll look with 3 guards to get downhill off the dribble, and certainly Thomas a big part of that offense.
So is D-Stone Dubar. With the shot clock under 10, they go inside. Fritz has it knocked away by Filipowski. Long rebound tracked down by Caleb Foster. Quickly up ahead to his fellow freshman Jared McCain. Filipowski left alone. He was out early today working on that shot, showing dividends on his first attempt.
Good pump fake to the corner that threw the defense off, and he knocked down the shot. Only shooting about 28% on his career, but he's got that kind of range, and it really opens things up for Duke.
Here's the first 3 ball from Dubar. It's off the mark. Foster will dribble up. So without Proctor, what do you see from the other guys who are playing perhaps different roles, Fran?
I thought they really moved the ball well Saturday, and they didn't really care who got the best shot. And I said the ball has energy when you move it side to side the way they did.
Filipowski has his pocket pick. Numbers for the Pride. Little teardrop by Dubar's off the mark. 3-2 early. Duke with a lead in the basketball. This is senior 2-time captain Jeremy Roach.
Nice pass.
Beautiful feed inside and the easy flush for Mark Mitchell.
I think Fritz was concerned about coming to double, and he didn't come quick enough, and that gave Filipowski an easy look inside to Mark Mitchell, who we said this to Coach Scheyer. He's finding his identity, Mark Mitchell. Forget the outside shot. Do all the energy things.
Off the Jaquan Carlos miss. Here come the Blue Devils. Mitchell back to Foster. Thought about it. Into the paint. Little pull-up. This is a Hofstra team with a 6-3 record. And the foul called on Roach on the reach-in.
Now watch this right here. Good kick out by Foster. Watch the little ball fake to the corner. It throws off that defensive rotation. And then right here, remember, the Pride don't come early to double him. And that opens up Mark Mitchell inside. Mark Mitchell 1 for 15 from the 3-point line. I thought Saturday, Doug, he cut to the basket. He offensive rebounded. He ran the floor. And he's going to be an energy type player in terms of scoring. We've seen already this year teams just leaving him open. This young man at the foul line from Brooklyn, New York, you ready for this? He once scored 90 in a basketball game, but he did it twice. Young man from Thomas Jefferson High School.
Yeah, and I was going to say, that's a school you're familiar with from back in the day.
I did my student teaching there, but not Not when he was there, trust me. Long time ago.
Well, Thomas Jefferson High School in New York City has produced 3 first-round NBA picks. Can you name the 3 of them, Fran?
I was there when Sidney Green played, but you're going to tell me who else?
Jim McMillian.
Oh, yeah.
And Leroy Ellis.
Wow.
How about that?
Yep.
That doesn't even count Phil Sellers, who led Rutgers to the Final Four.
That's exactly right. Jim McMillian, a great player at Columbia, then LA Lakers.
Filipowski back out front. Good ball fake and penetration, but the ball was lost out of bounds. It's Hofstra basketball turnover. Caleb Foster.
Hofstra, through the years under Speedy Claxton as an assistant and as a head coach, has gone to some places and won. And I'm talking about places like Arkansas.
And Jalen Blakes comes into the ball game early for Jon Scheyer, coming off a terrific 15-point performance in the game on Saturday against Charlotte, but it wasn't just about those 15 points for Blakes.
No, he's a great defensive player, and that's his role.
Fritz, jump pass back outside. Dubar, no. Filipowski tracks down the rebound. Roach driving and laying it in. First 2 points for the senior from Leesburg, Virginia.
What I liked about that is he went right at Jaco Fritz, who has a tendency to get in foul trouble, and Fritz just kind of was a conscientious objector right there defensively. Good smart play by Jeremy Roach.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. A conscientious objector by a man who has fouled out 4 of the first 9 games this season for Hofstra. And he's got his hands full tonight going against Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah, but how about D-Stone Dubar, transfer from Iowa State, knocking it down, and all of a sudden, Hofstra has come to play.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Her very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
It's the holidays, and Mint has the gift of savings. Right now, you can get 3 months of premium wireless free. Now, I'd say that's a great way to save a lot of clams, or cheddar, bread, or what am I missing here? Bacon. Thanks, Oscar.
King C. Gillette is an award-winning lineup. Men's Health's best beard trimmer for beginners, among Men's Journal's best beard shampoos and washes, and GQ's best beard conditioners for soft, no-itch facial hair. Your beard is our trade. These are your tools. King C. Gillette.
Feeling from a backed up gut? Miralax works naturally with the water in your body to help you go. Free your gut and your mood will follow. For 8 grams of fiber, try new Mirror Fiber Gummies.
I get to love you. Shop K's Big Holiday Sale. Savings this big won't last long. Only at K.
Chocolate ultra-filtered milk brightens all your holiday traditions. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a delicious taste, Fairlife makes any moment magical. Fairlife.
Whoa, Mickey! It's Mickey Mouse! Where does Mickey live? Disney World!
Right now, your magical firsts can be extra special with this 50% off Kids Play and Dine offer.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, it's your water, your way.
Speedy Claxton's Hofstra Pride can hurt you offensively. They average over 80 points per game. Twice this season, they've gone for 100 or more. And they've got a couple of guys, not just Tyler Thomas, but also D-Stone Dubar. It's quite a 1-2 punch, Fran.
It really is. I remember when he played sparingly at Iowa State. He's transferred to Hofstra. He's one of those four-men that can play away from the basket, score inside. And then Tyler Thomas, all he's done this year is gone for 40 in a game, and he is a prolific scorer. Both transfers. Thomas from Sacred Heart. I mentioned Dubar from Iowa State.
And Thomas, in those 40 points against High Point, the game went to overtime. He scored 33 of his 40 points in the second half. From the halftime to the end of regulation, he put 33 on High Point. Meanwhile, Dubar's gone for as many as 30 in a game. Filipowski coming out of the break gives Duke a 2-point lead.
A nice job by Coach Scheyer. They went to a little flex offense. Baseline screen, down screen, that freed the big fella, Filipowski, for a 10-foot jump shot. I was impressed with how huge Kyle Filipowski is when you're around him in person.
Yeah, listed at 7 feet 248. Fritz gets the defender in the air and draws the foul. He'll head to the free throw line.
I think what we saw Saturday, Doug, and it's really a good recipe for the success of Duke going forward, is the maturation of the young guards. They shot the ball well. Filipowski has got to establish himself as a low-post player. I know he's hit a 3 already. And then Mitchell is the energizer bunny. To me, he reminds me of Draymond Green in college. Draymond later became a really good three-point shooter, but he played with so much energy around the basket. Mark Mitchell, I think, when we talked to the coaching staff, they said he's in an identity crisis, and we're trying to get him to figure out who he is.
Fritz gets 1 out of 2, draws the Pride back within a point. Into the game for the first time, T.J. Power, the freshman sharpshooter from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts.
Well, I think he's the best shooter on this team. Former top 40 prospect. And watching him in practice yesterday, we were amazed at how many shots he made. Oh, good cut.
Another terrific pass. Give him another assist on the layup by Blakes.
Terrific cut by Jalen Blakes off the ball. As soon as it hit Filipowski's hands, he back cut his defender and was wide open.
Well, Blakes had scored 14 total points through Duke's first 8 games of the year. He had 15 the last time out, and his first 2 here tonight.
He is a team favorite, Jalen Blakes. We're going to talk about him some.
Thomas always draws a crowd defensively. How is Duke trying to deal with him here tonight?
Well, they're trying to get him off the three-point line, but you just saw incredible footwork right there.
Filipowski gets those 2 points back.
Yeah, I really like that. Hofstra tried to keep the ball screen on the side, and Filipowski, that's what we call a short roll.
Offensive foul on Carlos.
Let's watch this now. Watch Filipowski look for the ball right away. And now he plays off 2 feet so he doesn't run the defender over. And I think with Duke's propensity to run a lot of ball screens, that Mitchell and Filipowski particularly are open in that area we call the high paint. We call that a short roll so he doesn't have to roll all the way to the basket. There it is again.
Power finds McCain. Got it!
Well, that's the ball movement we talked about that we saw Saturday. When Filipowski rolls into the lane, the weak side has to contain him, and that leaves the shooter open on the other side.
And chatting with Jay Lucas, one of the assistant coaches at Duke earlier today, he talked about the fact that Filipowski is going to be doing more passing on the offensive end going forward.
He's going to get 18 to 22 points every single game. And he's got great passing ability. But the more he sets his teammates up, the easier the game will come for him inside. Good pass again.
Power had to go through his fingertips out of bounds. So 7 made field goals, Fran. 6 assists.
Exactly. And that is a recipe for this team. And believe it or not, without Tyrese Proctor in the lineup, their best pro prospect and best point guard, it's giving these young Blue Devil guards a chance to find themselves. And they've done that over the last game in a little bit.
Carlos, nice feed inside. Once again, Fritz finds himself alone for 2.
Got a mismatch inside.
Filipowski with a touch pass to the corner. McCain has 3 more. The freshman from Sacramento has 6 quick points, and the Blue Devils lead is 4.
Well, it's great that you pointed out the shooting, but that all came off of another great find by the big fella. Watch Blakes. He's going to guard Thomas. He's an excellent defender.
10 to shoot. Dubar. 3 more. It's back to a 1-point ball game.
Good basketball. They double-teamed Thomas at the top. He got rid of it quickly. Dubar got that shot off quick before Power could recover from the help defense.
And you're getting a taste. Hofstra puts the ball up a lot from 3. Dubar already 3 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Well, the one thing you've seen in the first 9 minutes is they play fearlessly. Remember, this is a team that's gone to places like Arkansas, UCLA, Florida State. Nice.
Jaco Fritz puts Hofstra on top, 20-19.
Fritz is the transfer from Canisius. Here's a crazy stat, Doug. When he doesn't foul out of a game this year, the Pride are 5-0.
Blakes gives it back to Filipowski. He attacks and lays it in. Filipowski with 9 points.
You notice he hasn't scored on any post-up so far. Short jumper in the lane, and he's making a living on that short roll.
Thomas with power defending. Eight to shoot. Carlos backs it out, now goes around the defender, finds the open man in the corner. 3 ball a little bit strong for Khalil Farmer. Roach off the crossover, great move. Lulled the defender to sleep, found his way down the lane. It's a 3-point Blue Devils lead. Carlos pulls up, banks it in.
Not sure he wanted to do that. He just wanted to get something up on the glass and was able to knock it in.
The Blue Devils, holding on to a 1-point lead, have made 8 of their last 9 shots from the floor. Make it 8 out of 10. Filipowski misses from long range.
Watch Thomas now with the ball in his hands. He's got great footwork. Back door.
Thomas gets it blocked from behind by Filipowski, who saves for Duke. McCain behind the back. Fritz denies him. Back the other way come the Pride. They love to play fast, averaging over 80 points per game. Thomas, fade away on the baseline, no.
That's good defense by Jeremy Roach. They'll give Thomas that shot. That's a tough shot.
Jon Scheyer delivering instructions from the sideline. Filipowski spins, goes to the left hand, draws the foul, and has a chance for 3. He'll be at the free throw line when we come back in what has been a highly entertaining first 12 minutes of this ball game here at Cameron.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
And to handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart.
said you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Work smarter, not harder, with new hands-free Skechers Work Slip-ins. Just step in and get to work without bending down or touching your shoes. Plus, they have Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam and slip-resistant outsoles, and they're machine washable. Get affordable new hands-free Skechers Work Slip-ins.
Epson EcoTank Pro doesn't use pricey toner cartridges.
Low toner? You're costing me a fortune!
Don't get cartridged. Switch to Epson EcoTank Pro. Instead of expensive color toner, EcoTank comes with bottles of ink. Wow. The bottle snap in place, then you just fill and chill. Print and color all you want.
Get out!
You get out.
Oh,
Switch at EpsonEcoTank.com. Just fill and chill!
ProPlan is always advancing with game-changing formulas that promote mental sharpness and help extend lives. See what nutrition can do. Purina ProPlan, always advancing.
With all these Hilton Honors points, I could stay for free. But the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives? What about the Canopy in Paris? Hilton Honors, babe.
When you want points that can take you anywhere, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
There are 4 stories left, and they're all bestsellers. Only one gets the perfect ending and will write their name in the history books.
So far tonight, Kyle Filipowski is doing Kyle Filipowski things.
He is. He's coming off a rare off game on Saturday, but watch the diversity of his offense. Passing it, he's got a number of assists, rebounds. He's scoring from the 3, little short roll action here, and then watch the spin move N1 at the very end. Terrific start for the sophomore, and kind of just playing, the best way to put it is unassumingly 11 points in 12 minutes. Nothing fancy, just very effective. And partly, Doug, because as I've said, the ball is really moving tonight. 11 field goals for Duke, 9 assists.
Young man from Orange County, New York, that is upstate. He was born in Middletown, raised in Westtown, New York. Played his freshman year at Minnesink Valley High School in Slate Hill before transferring downstate to Fordham Prep in the Bronx and then to Wilbraham and Munson Academy in Massachusetts, and now in his second year at Duke. Speedy Claxton giving guidance to Tyler Thomas, being hounded by Roach. Thomas, he's got good height, good size at 6'3" to get that shot off.
And the great footwork, that step-back move against Roach gives him what we call separation and allows him to shoot an effortless 10-footer. I've been impressed with him because he's not forcing a lot of action.
And the Hofstra coaching staff saw him first in a secret scrimmage against Sacred Heart. They liked what they saw, and as soon as they saw a few months later that he was in the transfer portal, Coach Claxton and his staff got in immediate touch. 7:26 remaining in the half. Duke holding on to a 2-point lead.
The Sonic Hickory Barbecue Cheeseburger is the perfect, quick, and delicious fix for when you're craving a melty cheeseburger and bold and tangy barbecue sauce. But also anyone other than you to cook it. Sonic Hickory Barbecue Cheeseburger.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. But at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You sell high commission investment products, right?
Nope, Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher Investments.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
What you're looking at is the all-new Marcos Pizzoli. 4 cheesy, melty, fully loaded varieties baked in fresh dough to golden perfection. You can stop staring now And try the new Marco's Pizzoli. Goes with pizza, goes on its own, goes for just $5.99.
The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Missouri looks to cap off their stellar season against Ryan Day and the dangerous Ohio State Buckeyes. Missouri, Ohio State, Friday, December 29th at 8 on ESPN.
Go to onehammerflowers.com
and celebrate the people you love.
Wow.
Happy holidays.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it
pretzel bun on the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new pretzel Baconator.
No te preocupes, nos pasa a todos, hasta los mejores. Campeones de boliche, agentes inmobiliarios. Le pasó hasta tu primo Toñito.
Level up when you add NBA League Pass and watch live out-of-market games with replays, highlights, and more. With YouTube TV. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Fairlife. Enjoy great taste and nutrition with Fairlife ultra-filtered milk. Some pictures of Speedy Claxton along with, of course, that's Jay Wright, the man who coached him at Hofstra. Speedy spent a decade playing in the NBA, arguably the greatest player in the history of Hofstra, and we're so pleased to be joined now by his head coach at Hofstra, Jay Wright, by Zoom. Coach, welcome.
Doug, Franny, great to be with you. What a game, man.
Indeed, and you know, you're a Naismith Hall of Famer, two-time national champion, but it all started for you when you got your first head coaching job at Hofstra. And I want to ask you, how back in the mid-'90s did you go to Christ the King High School and convince Speedy Claxton to come and play for you?
Well, when Speedy was a junior, he was only about 5'6". Not a lot of people wanted him. So we loved him because he was 5'6" and he was dunking the ball. But he gave us a verbal commitment early in his senior year. By the end of his senior year, everybody in the country wanted him. He was 5'10", including Fran. Fran Fischella got the job at St. John's. He tried to go steal him from us, but at least Fran called me first and said, I got to try this, Jay. You know, I'm the coach at St. John's. I got to try it.
It went about a day, and then I backed off. And, Jay, I think I'm responsible for putting you in the Hall of Fame then.
Speedy, Brady, you and Speedy, definitely. Yes. Hey, definitely, he got it all started.
Did you think he would have coaching in him after his career playing?
I did, Franny. When he was a junior, we had a philosophy that I would call the play, and then with 8 seconds on the shot clock, if the play didn't work, we would just give it to Speedy, and then Speedy would just go one-on-one. And then in tight games, Speedy would just start holding the ball from 30 seconds all the way down to 8. And just whatever I called, he'd go one-on-one and score. And our assistant coach, Tom Pecora, said, I like his plays a lot better than the plays you're calling.
Well, we got a little insight into your playbook back in the day. Tell us about this.
Oh, it's true. I don't know where you got that. That's good stuff, man.
Come on, man. Come on.
Franny knows everybody, man. Franny's got it all. But I'll tell you, he was such a big part of everything we did. He was truly the greatest player at Hofstra, and still one of all the great players we've coached, still one of the best players we've ever coached. He was tough, athletic, really intelligent, and really one of the most competitive guys I've ever coached. And you can see that in his teams when you watch him right now.
Jay, on a serious note, did you ever think about the impact he really did have on your career? Because it's so special to get a player that good at the mid-major level.
Franny, you're absolutely right, Franny. As you know, he was a New York City kid with a nickname, and he was a great player. So when you're in New York City and you got a nickname and you got game, everybody wanted to come play with him. So the other picture you show was Norman Richardson from Grady High School, who joined him, who also played in the NBA, but it all started with Speedy, because when Speedy decided to come, we didn't have anybody. He was the first guy that decided to come at Hofstra and help us build it.
Well, Speedy told me this morning, Jay, that his immediate family calls him by his given name, Craig, and most everybody else calls him Speedy. Do you ever call him Craig?
I started to a little bit in the beginning because I was afraid of his mom and dad. They were real strict. And then once I could tell they accepted me, I went with Speedy like the rest of everybody in New York City.
He said he got that nickname around the 7th grade from one of his coaches who didn't know his name, just described the way he was out on the basketball court.
Hey, Jay, by the way, we've got a game here. I just got to ask you, I've spent a lot of time with Jon Scheyer the last couple days. Think about the early part of your career and how you evolved into the coach you became, and put yourself in Jon's shoes. 27 wins last year. Little struggle early with a young team. Just give me your assessment of just being a young coach who grows into the job.
That's a great question, Franny, because especially following Mike Krzyzewski, and I coached under Rolly Massimino. There's so many things that Jon's learned from Mike that he wants to put into action, but he's got to find what fits his personality, what fits his ideas of the game. He'll use some of Mike's, he's got to find his own. The problem is, I was doing it at Hofstra when not a lot of people were watching at the time. Jon's doing it at Duke when everybody's watching. And man, are the Pride knocking it out.
Jay, thank you so much for joining us.
Great being with you guys.
Thank you, Jay.
Back to Cameron in a moment.
Wow.
Ram makes trucks for everyone. Like those with holiday spirit. And those with not so much. We make trucks for good Samaritans, good neighbors, and even people covered in tree sap. Whatever life you live this holiday, Ram has a truck for you.
During the Ram Wrap Up the Year sales event, get 10% below MSRP plus no monthly payments for 90 days on virtually all 2023 Ram light-duty and heavy-duty trucks.
We always try not to lose track of the game while we have a special guest like we did with Jay Wright. We're so happy you joined us, but in the meantime, Hofstra just keeps on pouring it on, led by D-Stone Dubar, now with 15 points.
Yeah, and they are shooting the lights out, and we talked about this at the beginning. This team has gone on the road to a lot of good places and come away with wins at places like Arkansas, Florida State. We watched 2 days of practice, and there's a confidence and poise that we saw in practice that absolutely has carried over on the court in this first half.
And the idea for Duke coming into this game, you've got to run them off the three-point line, but Dubar is already 5 of 7 from distance here tonight.
Yeah, and I think the Duke offense has been fine. It's been the defensive end where, to your point, giving up too many, and they're not open looks, they're tough looks, but Hofstra knocking them down. Very impressive first half by the Pride.
Out of the CAA, picked in the preseason poll number 4, with the College of Charleston number 1.
Look at this kid.
There's another 3-ball,
Wow.
This one from Thomas.
Wow, that just was a kind of a hustle mistake by Blakes. Ended up being a 5-on-4.
Filipowski is blocked from behind by Dubar. And here come the Pride. A long 3. A little too long. Out of bounds. Hofstra giving Duke a ball game here tonight.
Absolutely. D-Stone Dubar, he's hot. What's his coach think? He knows.
There you go. Let's go. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Seriously?
This is gonna be the best day.
I can't believe I'm related to you guys.
Well, you are, so.
Life's grander in the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use in the future.
Sorry, Dad. So you'll have an emergency pizza. A free pizza when you need it most.
Thank you.
Only at Domino's.
Oof, my cable internet bill exploded.
That's some yada yada. But Metro has 5G home internet for $20 if you're eligible, with no exploding bills and not a yada yada.
Good. I'm tired of rearranging these.
5G home internet for $20. Only at Metro.
Hurry, the holidays are here. Wrap up your shopping with up to 60% off last-minute gifts. Only limited quantities are available. Shop now at Zales.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Her very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection, following you along everywhere you go, making every moment special, even more surprising than your last, and bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Book early and save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
Seth and Zubin coming up at the half. We'll be joined by UConn head coach Dan Hurley to look forward to Friday night's huge game right here on ESPN2, UConn and Gonzaga. That's at the half. You said it was going to be close tonight.
Yeah, I love the spacing and the force that this Hofstra team plays with, whether it's Thomas or Dunbar or Carlos. But I'm also, Fran, I got to be honest with you, I am really disappointed with the intensity and the attention to detail of this Duke defense.
Saturday, they turned a corner. Their defense was excellent. And offensively tonight, Doug, we talked about this during the break. Their offense is fine. They're shooting 55, 56%. But the scouting report on Thomas and then Dubar is a good shooter. They've just given him too many easy looks. But credit Hofstra for great offensive execution.
And that has led to Dubar already setting a new personal single-game career high for made threes in a game, and we've still got 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
And I would think his family's pretty happy about this because he grew up about 2 hours from here in Charlotte. Good job right there.
Coming out of the break with a plan, and Filipowski executed it to perfection.
They did. They ran a ball screen. Watch the ball screen by the guard, and that means that Sunday cannot get back in front in time, and then he just leans in just a little. You notice he was trying to stay vertical, but when you go from point A to point B, move forward, they're going to call that a foul. And Kyle, who was hot early, I think you just got to keep riding the big guy because he's your one weapon right now inside.
I mentioned he is from upstate New York. His mom was a parade All-American at Warwick High School, 6'4", and just a tremendous player.
Yes, she was. She played, I believe, in the Elite 8 for Long Beach State before injuries saddled her career.
Father Dave also played college basketball. Very talented family. Kyle and his siblings, all college athletes.
You see a little bit more intensity defensively. I got a feeling Jon Scheyer sent a message during that last timeout. Yeah. And I think they got a foul inside, but I did like Duke's intensity coming out of the timeout. They started to heat up the ball, deny passing lanes, and I'm sure Jon Scheyer got the message across.
Friday night, right here on ESPN2, we'll have the rematch of last season's West Regional Final with number 5 UConn taking on number 10 Gonzaga. This one is part of the Continental Tire Seattle tip-off, and coverage begins at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
This young man, Thomas, can create his own shot. Watch the footwork. Step back. There it is. That's hard to guard because you think you've got him corralled, and then he steps back and creates that 2 to 3 foot separation.
He's got 11. Dubar has 15, as does Filipowski, who's got the basketball now for Duke. Spins baseline, bowls his way into the lane, and has another chance for 3.
Well, I said it to you earlier when we were at practice the last 2 days. He's a massive young guy. Fritz is a good defender. That's his second foul, I believe. So we may not see him the rest of the half. But watch Kyle now under control. just use that frame and just go right through Jaco Fritz. There's really nothing he could do.
Where is Filipowski better now, Fran, than he was when he got to Duke 18 months ago?
I think he's gotten bigger and stronger. He had a very good freshman year, ACC Rookie of the Year. The area he's got to really continue to improve on, he will, especially when he gets to the NBA, is the three-point shooting. But you got to play through him, and that's a mistake right there.
Just what Seth was talking about.
Yeah, lack of concentration. But you have to play through Kyle. I would spend more time, if I were him, in the low post. Last year, 50% of the time was played on the perimeter because of Lively. I would play more inside if I were him and let your guards do that right there.
Boy, McCain has a sweet stroke. He made a couple of threes early, used that to his advantage, and hits the mid-range to make it a 39 all-time.
39 points is not going to please Jon Scheyer when they get to the locker room. Good pass. Look at this.
Dubar. About the only thing he's missed today, and here comes Filipowski. And Jalen Blake says, let's slow it down with a minute and a half to go in the half. Roach absorbs the contact and finishes with his offhand. Timeout, Hofstra will step away as well. The Blue Devils on a run have retaken the lead.
Hurry up.
We're gonna miss first chair.
This one next?
Yeah. We're gonna be late.
Has anyone seen my old ski suit?
Just wear the new one.
I don't want to wear the new one.
Yeah.
Dad's in your car, right?
No, I thought he was with you.
Dad! Who's ready to shred some pow?
Floor it.
Don't forget, the BMW Rotom sales event is on now. Free in for credit of up to $2,500 plus 2.99% APR on select models now through January 2nd.
Capital One Bowl Mania this Saturday. We've got a quadruple header of terrific college football games. Myrtle Beach Bowl, Georgia Southern, and Ohio. Jacksonville State will play Louisiana in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. New Mexico State against Fresno State, and then Cal and Texas Tech, 9:15 Eastern Time in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
Ohio U trying to win 10 games for the second year in a row. That's never been done in Athens, Ohio, a place I spent 6 great years as an Ohio U Bobcat.
You always keep your eye on the Bobcats in football or in basketball or any sport.
Love the Bobcats.
Hofstra trying to respond coming out of the timeout after allowing Duke to retake the lead.
You see they spaced the floor well, and right now you've got a guard, Filipowski, trying to guard a guard out on the perimeter. Watch him create.
Tyler, the secondary defender, Filipowski may have gotten a piece from behind. Now Filipowski trying to
don't give up on it. See, Jeremy Roach looked off Filipowski. He should have gone right back to him. And that's what Jon Scheyer wanted. He pointed inside.
Out of bounds, stepping on the end line was Caleb Foster. That is the 5th turnover committed by Duke.
On that last possession, Jaco Fritz did a good job early in the possession of keeping Filipowski from getting it. But Filipowski kept working, and Jeremy looked him off and reversed it. You just got to give the big fella a little bit more time to get set.
Jon Scheyer putting on a full court press, and it pays off. The steal by McCain. Filipowski finds the open man again. Foster got it. First 3 points for the freshman from Harrisburg, North Carolina.
Well, another assist by Kyle. Good ball movement. Offense not the problem for Duke.
Final possession of the half. Here goes the 5th leading scorer in the country, and he loses it off the hands of Roach, though out of bounds. So with 2.9 seconds remaining, the Pride will have one last chance.
Don't want to waste a timeout here. They've already used that first half timeout. Let's see if they have something set up. They are excellent on inbounds under. Let's see if they've got something on the side without a timeout. They scored 4 baskets on Saturday at St. Louis on inbounds plays.
Carlos will inbound. Keep an eye on number 23 in blue. No, they lob it
Yep,
to
here
Dubar.
it is. They got it.
But a foul is called before that shot.
They set up a play we call winner. It's a Brad Stevens play. Throw it to the other side of the court and screen for Thomas. And the foul was called because Duke had one to give. Watch Thomas now. He's on one side of the floor and he comes to the other. It's a great pass, but good smart foul by Duke.
Thomas has it poked away. Clock stops again with 9/10 of a second on the clock.
All right, this is still catch and shoot territory. I like the idea that Hofstra has a plan. You can tell they know what they're doing.
Carlos again to trigger.
They got it.
Shot up. No, it would have counted if Tyler Thomas had found the range. But the
to slow down the second best scoring duo in the country.
And we should mention that officially they changed an earlier foul from the first half that was called on Fritz and gave it to Farmer. So Fritz only has one. And as Jaco Fritz goes foul-wise, oftentimes, that translates to winning or losing for Hofstra.
Well, there's no question. When he does not foul out of a game, this team is 5-0. The Canisius transfer is a very solid defensive player.
That was him with the ball, number 11, giving it off to Thomas. The 5th leading scorer in the nation, kicks it out to his point guard. Carlos misses. Filipowski rips the rebound.
And one thing Duke did Saturday really well is they ran off misses. And the more stops you get, the more you got to get it out in transition.
Filipowski with the dump down. Missed layup by Mitchell. He's going to try again. Can't do it. Fritz standing tall in the lane. Here's Thomas, the Sacred Heart transfer, averaging nearly 24 points per game. He draws 2 defenders, so somebody's got to be open. This time it's Jaco Fritz.
He plays at a really calm pace. For a guy that's a prolific scorer, he doesn't rush. He's under control. And he was so slow that time that he actually had 2 defenders stick with him, and it left Fritz open.
Fran, what you're describing there, as Filipowski again tries to set up Mitchell, but it goes out of bounds back to Hofstra. Is that innate, the ability to play slowly, or is that something that can be learned?
I don't think it can be. I don't think it can be learned at the college level. I think it's something you learn growing up with older, bigger players, playing on the schoolyard, in the gym. He just really has a good feel. Remember, he's a transfer from Sacred Heart, New Haven kid. I think you got to. I like the double right here.
Roach with the 3. Give Filipowski another assist.
I like the double team, but I like the kick out by Filipowski. They will, if they play inside out with him this year, they will get a lot of open looks. I love the idea that if he gets double teamed, throw it out, get it to your open teammates, and you'll get it back as well.
That's 5 assists as Hofstra turns it over. 5 assists for Filipowski. And Roach may not be the guy you want to double off of, making 48% this year.
No, exactly right. You see Thomas come off him, but I'm going to tell you, Kyle's going to have a big year. We know that. He's going to score. But the more he gets his teammates involved, and he's really capable of doing that, this game will come easier offensively for Duke.
And Fran, as we saw before shoot-around today, I mentioned Coach Carrawell working with Filipowski on many things. Among those for quite a while was how to handle the double team and pass out of it.
And he just did it right there. It wasn't exactly accurate, but he got the ball to McCain. And as he goes, this offense goes.
Duke with an 8-point lead, its largest of the night.
Work smarter, not harder, with new hands-free Skechers Work Slip-ins. Just step in and get to work without bending down or touching your shoes. Plus, they have Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam and slip-resistant outsoles, and they're machine washable. Get affordable new hands-free Skechers Work Slip-ins.
It's the holidays, and Mint has the gift of savings. Right now, you can get 3 months of premium wireless free. Now, I'd say that's a great way to save a lot of clams, or cheddar, bread, or what am I missing here? Bacon. Thanks, Oscar.
My cable internet bill exploded.
That's some yada yada. But Metro has 5G home internet for $20 if you're eligible, with no exploding bills and not a yada yada.
Good. I'm tired of rearranging these.
5G home internet for $20, only at Metro.
Hilton Honors sleighs.
Points for a free stay? Yes, please.
All these perks. We're sliving.
When you want the celebrity treatment, no matter who you are,
That's hot.
it matters where you stay. Hilton Honors. Hilton for the stay.
And Doug.
And Doug says you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. He hits his mark center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano. Are you replacing me? With this guy?
Customize and save with Liberty Bibberty.
He doesn't even have a mustache.
Oh, look, a Bee-Boo.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Everyone's gonna be there. Try to have fun.
There you go. Let's go.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Seriously?
This is gonna be the best
I can't believe I'm related to you guys.
Well, you are, so.
Life's grander in the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
ProPlan is always advancing with game-changing formulas that promote mental sharpness and help extend lives. See what nutrition can do. Purina ProPlan, always advancing.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have an emergency pizza. A free pizza when you need it most.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Merry Christmas!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon and continues all day on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus.
Doug Sherman, Fran Fraschilla back at Cameron, and Kyle Filipowski is having one of those nights, putting up tremendous numbers, already a career high in assists. And Fran, as you got ready for this game, as you always do, you took a deep dive. What have you seen out of Filipowski tonight specifically that's going to make this team better?
The more he recognizes double teams and finds the open man on the weak side, and this pass is off target a little bit. McCain makes a nice catch, but watch the spacing on the weak side. And I'm telling you, Kyle's going to get 18 to 20 every single night. He's an All-American. He is a good passer. Last year as a freshman, he only averaged an assist and a half a game. He's got 6 tonight. When he handles, it's almost like a quarterback in football picking up a blitz. When you pick up the blitz, somebody's open, and I'm telling you, his teammates are going to take him out to lunch a lot this year if he keeps delivering the way he has.
And when he is playing in this manner, how good is this offense?
It's really good because he's still impossible to guard one-on-one inside. Great players make two defenders guard them, whether they're a point guard or a big man.
Thomas's pass deflected off the Duke defender's leg and bounced back and hit Thomas and went out of bounds, so it's Duke basketball.
One of the things we talked with Coach Scheyer yesterday, we call it a repost. When he doesn't have it and can't find anybody, throw it back out and reset up inside and bury your defender, closer to the basket. He'll do that as the season goes on. Watch that pass. Great job.
Mitchell to Filipowski for 3.
Excellent ball movement. And Mitchell is terrific in that short roll. We know he's 1 for 16 from 3. That's not his game. But that play right there is going to be really valuable this season for Duke. Remember, they're still finding their identity as a young team coming off some tough losses.
And we talked to Jon Scheyer about that earlier today. As roles continue to evolve, this just the 10th game of the season. Carlos with 2 more points. And he even thought that perhaps the injury to Tyrese Proctor, who's still coming back from an ankle injury, might ultimately help this team down the road.
It often does, because you gain the confidence, of the freshmen, Foster and McCain particularly, getting playing time. Look at this. Another good delivery. Yep.
You see the follow through there?
Yes.
So much confidence. He's got 23 points and counting.
Listen, he shot 28% from 3 last year, but the stroke is not broken. I love the inside-out nature and the passing of his offense. Good pass.
Clean look. Dubar has his new career high with 6 made threes in a game.
Good answer by Hofstra. Now the Pride need a couple of stops because they've already proven that they can score points. There's that short roll. Watch Mitchell.
Here's Roach calling for the screen. Back out to Filipowski again, finding the open man in the corner. Air ball Foster. Mitchell with a shot clock down to 3. Missed the rim. Able to get it on the rim. And the ball comes back out to Duke.
But I love Mitchell's energy. Those will fall.
Big rebound. And the foul called against Duke. Filipowski picks up the personal foul, but he's been getting it done from 3 tonight.
Yeah, the versatility of the big fella, 7-footer. He dominated the first half inside. He's got 6 assists. And then when he knocks down the 3 ball, how do you guard him?
Holy cannoli, look at this. It's like a science project.
Ordering lunch. Easy for you and me, but can be so difficult for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Are those all different lettuces?
Yes, sir. Brown rice, white rice, or quinoa.
We're gonna need a minute.
Do you have any food allergies? Well, my teeth are sensitive to cold.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
That'll be $19.45. Oh, I'm just paying for my own salad.
Shop K's big holiday sale. Savings this big won't last long. Only at K.
My bucket's leaking. Look. Oh my gosh, Milo caught a fish.
A fish? A what? Back to the lake. Fast. Stop taking pictures.
Mom, what do I do?
Nothing, baby. All good.
We're a fish ambulance.
We are?
Totally.
Hang in there, kids.
Almost there.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Bye, fishy.
Life's grander in the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
ESPN presents the College Football Playoff. First, a heavyweight battle in the Rose Bowl.
All eyes are on this matchup.
Then, high-powered offenses clash in the Sugar Bowl.
It seems like these two teams are peaking right at the right moment.
The biggest dream of all is just 2 wins away.
Michigan, Alabama at 5, and Washington, Texas at 8:45. New Year's Day, exclusively on ESPN.
Saturday, we have a college basketball quadruple header that begins at noon Eastern, but these are our featured matchups. Virginia Tech hosting Vermont in Blacksburg at 4 Eastern, and then Virginia squares off against Northeastern over on ACC Network and the app. With Fran Fischilla, I'm Doug Sherman. I want to talk about the second-year head coach Jon Scheyer of the Blue Devils. Again, so much was made last year as he replaced Coach K, of course. What's it like for him now in year 2 that he's gotten beyond some of that?
I think it's so important for a young coach to keep evolving. You know, I always tell coaches, you don't want to be a head coach who's been a head coach 5 years, but you only got 1 year experience 5 times. The best coaches, and we had Jay Wright on earlier, the best coaches evolve over time, and he'll learn what his comfort level is with making changes and adjustments. You know, I like him as a human being. I love his countenance with his players. He's got an intense but calm demeanor. You know, this guy was a great college player, 2,000 points. And so impressed with him in a couple days that we've been here. But the key for him is to just keep improving on his craft, if you will.
Yeah, 2-time captain under Coach K. McCain around and out. Mitchell again working on the offensive glass And the dunk.
This is Mark Mitchell's game. It's an energy game. It's short rolls. It's offensive rebounds. It's drives to the left hand. I wouldn't care if he shot another 3 all season, but this is his game right here. Just that athleticism around the rim. You've got the big guy who can score, and you've got the guard play on the perimeter. I think Mark Mitchell, and I said it earlier, and I'm telling you, I watched Draymond Green in college. He was not a three-point shooter. This kid reminds me of that kind of game because he brings energy.
Well, last year as a freshman, he was in the 94th percentile defensively nationally. And when you just add that little bit of offense, it makes Duke that much tougher to beat. They are 19-2 when he hits double figures, and he's got 10 tonight.
And keep in mind, is this another one right here? And keep in mind, last year he played small forward. Filipowski played the 4, Lively at the 5. I think he's a college 4-man and will have his most success around the basket or going to the basket.
Well, the makeup of Duke this year, obviously different, not having an elite rim protector.
Right.
So a lot of guys are playing different roles this year.
That's right, and that's one of the reasons why I think they've struggled early to find that identity. But ironically, we've said it a couple times, without their best pro prospect, and Tyrese Proctor still out with the ankle injury, we can see over the last 2 games some role definition. And by the way, how many assists tonight, Doug?
Well, it is up to 17 assists for Duke on 23 made field goals.
That's elite. Kansas right now leads the country at 73% assist to field goal rate, which, by the way, would be the first time that's happened since 1999. If you're over 60% assist to field goal rate, that's elite offense, and they've got that tonight.
And we just got a quick look at Tyrese Proctor, who's off crutches now and making his way back, hopefully, in the coming weeks from that ankle injury. Yeah, let's not forget about the fact that he's 5th in the ACC in assists. He is the best passer on this Duke team.
Yes, he is.
And you just think if he can seamlessly come back into the rhythm that we're seeing offensively tonight, it'll make him that much better, obviously.
No question about it. And I mean, one thing we saw in practice the last couple days, this team likes each other. They like their coaching staff, and they're still willing to learn and get better.
Good ball movement.
Yes, it is.
A rare miss from Dubar, who's already made 6 triples tonight. Duke is led by as many as 12 here in the second half. Mitchell left alone.
I like it.
Turns it down and draws the foul.
I like it. He was open. He didn't shoot the 3, and he's athletic enough to go to the basket. I know he wants to make the 3 ball. We know that, and he's working on it with the coaching staff, but until you gain the confidence in that shot, do the other things really well.
And so the sophomore from Kansas City, Kansas, with his first. It's good. The NCAA women's volleyball semifinals are Thursday night on ESPN and the app with 3 number 1 seeds and a number 2. Pittsburgh squares off against Nebraska at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And then 2nd-seeded Texas, the defending champ, will take on Wisconsin. The winners will play for the national championship Sunday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC. Mitchell now with 12 points.
Duke does a lot of switching. They switch equals, which is the 2 to 3, the 4 and the 1.
Filipowski denies the reverse layup attempt by Carlos. Jeremy Roach. That would have brought the house down.
Good shot. Transition. Nothing wrong with that. You had Filipowski and Mitchell on the backboard.
Now, Fran, you called Jeremy Roach a culture warrior. Why is that?
Well, because he's a guy that was not a one and done. He's going to be here 4 years. He's going to have a great impact on winning. And I'll give you an example as soon as he makes this.
Right on cue.
Yeah. His teammate at Paul VI, Trevor Keels, only stayed here 1 year, off to the NBA. Jeremy Roach is here forever. And like Emile Jefferson and Matt Jones and Tyler Thornton and Quinn Cook, you need those culture warriors to help you win games.
Whoa!
make you live? Disney World!
Right now, your magical firsts can be extra special with this 50% off Kids Play and Dine offer.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Our very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
Choose Duracell to make the most of holiday magic. Because before you know it, they're moody teenagers.
Ugh.
Holiday magic is fleeting. Don't risk it to save a few cents. Trust Duracell.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Claxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry. Jewelry?
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you. There you go.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
From cars to renters to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Welcome to the Sonic Burgerverse.
Burgerverse!
It's like a universe, but with 2 new cheeseburgers.
So cheesy.
Bold hickory barbecue,
Tangy.
garlic butter bacon.
It's back.
The possibilities are infinite. The new cheeseburger lineup at Sonic.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
I'm your bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Day and night, right?
I actually only work the day shift.
Well, then who am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again?
I am?
Yeah, it's their 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud on unauthorized purchases.
Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself?
And $0 fraud.
Inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, where 21st ranked Duke is seizing control of this thing. We just talked about Jeremy Roach going to break, but there's another kind of glue guy so big in the backcourt for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, but I got a confession to make. Culture warrior is not my term. His prep school coach, a great coach, Joe Mantegna at Blair Academy, when Duke started to recruit this kid, Joe told Jon Scheyer, listen, he's not a one and done. He's going to be in your program for 4 years and make your team better. And Joe called him a culture warrior. So yesterday at practice, we had fun with Jon Scheyer, asking him about all the guys that have played at Duke. Ryan Kelly, Zubac, Lance Thomas, DeMarcus Nelson, Greg Paulus. These are all guys that were not one and done guys that stuck around and helped the one and done guys win at Duke. And Jeremy Roach is one of those guys, and certainly Jalen Blake's is.
Yeah, Roach commits the foul. Here's an example of what sets Jeremy Roach, now a 2-time captain at Duke, apart. He's the first 4-year starter since Kyle Singler way back in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's right, because oftentimes if you're starting at Duke for a year or two, there's a chance you're off to the NBA. But when you think of the great players that have been in this program through the years, they poured their heart and soul out on this court. And the guys that do stick around, I mentioned Trevor Keels. He's played 2 NBA games, 2, and he left after his freshman year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not begrudging him for going to the NBA. That's fine. But when you stick around and you lay it out here for 4 years, you're special.
And when Keels decided to go, that opened the door for Tyrese Proctor to come from Australia, and the beat goes on.
Absolutely. And as long as Tyrese stays healthy, he'll be gone in a year. Proctor, I should say, he's off to the league. Technical foul right here.
Technical foul on Speedy Claxton. Interesting tonight that we have 2 coaches at their alma maters. Of course, Speedy Claxton, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, a 2,000-point scorer, 2-time America East Conference Player of the Year, and went on to play a decade in the NBA. And, of course, Jon Scheyer, having played at Duke. We talked about the fact that he was a second-team All-American. And it was neat. You talked to him this morning about the fact that, he had a significant eye injury.
Yeah.
The summer after he graduated here at Duke, and he feels like that did indeed keep him from playing in the NBA.
They loved him in Miami. Eric Spoelstra loved him. I know people in that organization. What I like about Jon Scheyer, his dream, he's handled adversity. You mentioned the eye injury. His dream as a high school kid, he was a great player, one of the greatest players to ever come out of Illinois, was to be on One Shining Moment. The very first time he was on One Shining Moment, Eric Maynor of VCU hit a jumper over him, and VCU upset Duke in the tournament.
Yeah.
This guy's handled some adversity, and I'm a huge fan, and I think he's going to continue to grow and get better and better.
Yeah, 36-year-old native of Northbrook, Illinois. He started Glenbrook North High School and caught the eye of another Chicagoland guy, Mike Krzyzewski.
Yes, he did. That's so smooth. That jump shot is so smooth, and I just love the pace at Tyler Thomas's game. Hasn't forced a lot of shots.
Yeah, he's had a relatively quiet second half. Filipowski misses the three. And here is Tyler Thomas, the grad student from New Haven, Connecticut, out of Amity Regional High School. Loses the handle, and there's one of your culture warriors, Jalen Blakes, down on the floor.
Absolutely. He spends a lot of time down there. He didn't realize that Thomas was creeping up on him, I think. Yeah, Blakes may be their best defender. Too easy. Yep. On that baseline drive, those weak side defenders have got to start running to the other corner, because that's where the ball always heads.
Dubar put a career-high 30 on Buffalo last month. He's up to 23 against Duke as Hofstra tries to hang around. Duke uses a timeout.
Well, this is called a baseline drive, baseline drift. And when the ball starts to go baseline, you got to start running to the other side. The closeouts are too late, and Dubar has been really impressive tonight. Take a look right here. Great delivery by Carlos. That's another assist for the young man. Young man out of Jefferson High School. He's got 9 now. And remember, we said earlier, if you just joined us, this kid scored 92 and 90 points in separate games at Thomas Jefferson High School. Wow.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
And you see the 1-2 combination, about as good as any in the country. They have come together for 36 points tonight. Thomas by himself with that 23.6 number, top 5 nationally, and leads the CAA. And he is a guy who's going to get a look at the next level.
And Speedy Claxton would know that, because he's an NBA world champion.
And Speedy spent a number of years scouting for the Golden State Warriors, including coming into this building and scouting Kyrie Irving back in the day.
That's right.
4 on the shot clock. Filipowski going to have to put it up. Left it short.
Big couple possessions now for the Pride. Speedy Claxton orchestrating from the sideline. They have a butter play. Give it to Thomas and get the heck out of the way. Jay Wright was smart enough to do that. Oh, he got the short roll. Got to look for him.
Thomas in a tough spot. Steps through and gets the roll.
That's legal. As long as that second foot doesn't hit the floor. I said this earlier. Do you see the great footwork the young man has?
Yeah.
It's excellent.
It's apparent as soon as you see him play.
Yeah. He's not a great athlete. He's just a technician.
Filipowski lost it. Into the hands of Khalil Farmer.
Big possession.
Farmer gets it back. Winding down on the 9-minute mark. Carlos. Duke comes away with the stop. Has it with a 9-point lead. Here's Filipowski. Missed it. Gets it back. And again, he's going back to the free throw line, this time to shoot a pair of foul shots.
And Fritz thought he was vertical. I kind of did too. But official on the baseline. Mr. Clockety saw it otherwise. Good aggressive play by Filipowski. Take a look right here. Does the arms come down? They do. Good call. My bad.
And so that is number 3 on Jaco Fritz, the Canisius grad transfer.
What's the nickname? Well, you know, you're a Mac guy.
Golden Griffin.
Golden Griffin.
Come on. You and I have been to the Kessler Center a time or two.
Sure have. And not only under the best of circumstances in my case, having to coach against John Beilein a few times.
Yeah.
But great coaches back then. The great Skip Prosser, John Beeline.
Prosser at Loyola.
Yep. Ted Fiore was a great coach.
St. Peter's.
Mike Dean.
At Siena. All back in the day. Matching wits with a man to my right, Fran Fraschilla at Manhattan.
As I watch Hofstra here, I just love when we used to go to places like this and try to compete with teams like Duke, and the Pride have done that tonight.
Well, when you were at Manhattan, here's a takeaway. Blake's going to take it himself. When you were at Manhattan, who did you pick off on the road?
Oh, gosh, we couldn't get teams to play us because we were too good. We couldn't go to places like this. But this crowd is loving Jalen Breaks' defense right now. That much I know.
Foul number 4 against Jaco Fritz.
Yep. Culture warrior.
But Coach Scheyer told us this afternoon he's the one guy who will go after the opposition for 94 feet.
There's no question. And that's why he's beloved here. Scores in transition, but it's not about the scoring. Just watch him. Gets through a screen. He knows it's a foul. I know his coach, Joe Mantegna at Blair Academy. By the way, Coach Luau Dang, who starred here.
Yep.
Pretty proud of that guy.
Roach gives it back to Mitchell, finds Filipowski, who's been hot. Got it! 28 points. That is one off his career high against Virginia Tech last January.
I'm showing Mark Mitchell that play the first chance I get if I'm on the coaching staff. Gave up the 3, caught the pass in the pocket, swung it to the open man. That's great basketball.
Going the other way, the foul against Hofstra and their big man Silas Sunday. Kyle Filipowski leading the way for number 21 Duke.
15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone? A better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward. We'll wrap this up.
It's your last chance to turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value. Only on Verizon.
This way?
Am I glad to see you?
When you're great, your game does the talking. In the ACC, ours speaks volumes. 3 of the last 8 NCAA championships. 99 NCAA tournament wins since 2015. 8 NCAA titles in the last 22 years. 6 of the top 30 winningest programs in Division I, most of any conference. It's not bragging if it's true. Greatness is what we do. The ACC accomplished greatness.
Healthy soil beneath our paws and feet helps ensure the future of the food we eat. Learn more at Nutro.com.
Connect on a sweeter level. Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats.
So you got a tattoo? Interesting. I thought tattoos were only for sailors. Oh, your grandmother can never see it. You know that, right? You're gonna have to wear a cardigan.
Mama's meatball. All meatball, no mama. Potbelly. We bring the hot.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it...
pretzel bun? On the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new pretzel Baconator.
It's bow time.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mom. I'll in at 3.
Any ideas for your first meal home?
Bojangles?
Well, you don't want my cooking. Well, okay.
This holiday, order your family's favorites in the Bojangles app.
Now that tastes like home.
It's bow time.
Hey, Doug, I've been talking short roll all season. Let's teach it, and I'll show you why it's effective, particularly for Mark Mitchell. Here's the pick and roll. They're going to keep the ball on the side, and watch this. Instead of rolling all the way to the basket, he short rolls it here, and when he catches it, he becomes a playmaker. Now, watch. Instead of the drive, it's not there. He kicks it to the open man. That's become a very prevalent play in basketball against pick and roll coverages. And guys like Mark Mitchell, KJ Adams at Kansas, maybe the best at it. That's where Mark Mitchell can really help this team along with the energy we've seen from him tonight.
And that setup gives Duke 19 assists for the night on their 26 made field goals. And oh, by the way, Kyle Filipowski has a new career high with 4 made threes tonight in 7 attempts. The work seems to be paying off. And like you say, the stroke does not look broken.
No.
He has a good shot.
He's got so much versatility. Watch him look opposite. He's waiting for the double team. Good pass.
Wide open. Roach. 3 more for number 3.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, it started Saturday against Charlotte, and right now the ball has energy for the Blue Devils.
8th assist for Filipowski. Don't look now. He's getting closer to a potential triple-double. There's another rebound for Filipowski. His 10th rebound, so he's 2 assists shy from a triple-double. Foster, little runner, gets the roll. Been a quiet night for the freshman from Harrisburg, North Carolina, but he's got 5 now.
You know what? He's going to be an outstanding player here. He plays with, I love his maturity. This kid, he was not a McDonald's All-American, and once he was not chosen, he was a beast at the end of last season for Sherman Oaks Notre Dame. They beat Bronny James 4 times last year.
Fritz lost it. The lob to the rim gets knocked away. Hofstra able to save it. Dubar hammered by Roach.
Probably not a bad foul right there, but a little sloppy. Well, the Blue Devils going to take a little time off. The next time they play will be at Madison Square Garden at Cameron North against the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, that'll be on ESPN, 7 o'clock on December the 20th, before taking their Christmas break. Although it's a short break, the next game will be against Queens on the 30th, back here inside Cameron. Bowl season begins Saturday with 7 games on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+. This is the ABC tripleheader, starting at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Howard and Florida A&M. Then Miami, Ohio takes on App State. And we finish up with UCLA and Boise State in the Starco Brands LA Bowl at SoFi Stadium.
Miami of Ohio, home of Ara Parseghian, Woody Hayes, Bo Schembechler.
Cradle of coaches there.
Yes,
no doubt about it.
John Harbaugh.
On and on we go.
Yep. Sean McVay, also at Miami. Used to be the Redskins, I'm sorry, Red Hawks.
Red Hawks. They're in Oxford, Ohio.
Kansas City's Mark Mitchell on the line. Like the way he's played tonight.
Out of Sunrise Christian Academy.
And I like the way the Pride played for about 26, 27 minutes.
Well, they led by as many as 5 late in the first half, but that run by Duke right before the intermission as Thomas buries another 3. Gave him enough separation that gives you the sense Duke has enough to hang on, but Hofstra's got enough offense. They average 80 points a game, and they can get hot.
Yes, they can.
Roach.
Nice pass.
With the left hand and no look to set up Mitchell.
Jon Scheyer will have some defensive breakdown clips from the first half, but he's got nothing to complain about on the offensive end the entire night.
That's 14 for Mitchell.
We always say when you pass it, the ball has energy. And tonight, everybody's touching it, and the game becomes easy for everyone when you move the ball the way Duke has tonight. They will have bumps in the road, there's no question. There's just too much youth and inexperience here, but it's a growth process for them.
Thomas missed it with Filipowski all over him. McCain.
Bad.
3 more for the freshman from Sacramento.
Right now, I experienced this a few times in my career. Jon Scheyer, he's not going to smile, but inside he's saying, you know what we practiced the last week is starting to pay off. It's a good feeling for a head coach.
Well, McCain was so good in the win over Charlotte last time out with 21. He's up to 13. Foster has 2 more. He's got 7 points in making his second start of the year. Again, he has moved into the starting lineup for now with Proctor sidelined with that ankle injury.
He's a young man that played on the last Oak Hill Academy team coached by the great Steve Smith before he transferred out to Notre Dame in California.
Wide open Farmer. Duke with its starting 5 on the floor, get the ball back into the hands of Caleb Foster. Mitchell puts it up from 3. So hard when no one's defending you not to shoot it, right?
It is, yep. There's a reason he's open, but you're up 24, and that's okay. He'll gain his confidence. Last year, he shot like 34, 35%.
9 points for Fritz. Just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. Duke looking for its second straight win after dropping back-to-back games. This, by the way, is the 513th consecutive sellout, 9,314, as Roach banks it in. You know, the last time there was a ticket unsold in this building, Jon Scheyer was 3 years old.
And who was that opponent?
Boston College back in 1990.
They just didn't want to watch Malcolm Huckabee play.
Huckabee didn't want to see himself play in this environment. He was up against it as a freshman. Back right after this.
The buzzer beater, that moment when time stands still. Our collective breath held as the ball hovers above the rim. But almost a third of those shots were set up by a passer who made the smart choice. Throwing an assist takes trust, IQ, and total confidence in your decision. And the greatest one? My pass to Leitner in '92 wasn't too bad. Continental, the smart.
This holiday, so
You can get more of what you want.
with our lowest price guarantee, this holiday, if you find a better price, we'll match it. Get more for your home and your family. You got this. We got you.
I'm about to show you how we make a Shaq-a-Roni pizza.
Bust it.
Stretch out that fresh We created Shaq-a-Roni my way. An extra large pizza topped with extra cheese and extra pepperoni. And right now, for a limited time, get free delivery with a minimum purchase. Only at Papa John's.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Our very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection, following you along everywhere you go, making every moment special, even more surprising than your last, and bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Book early and save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
The Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger is back for good. If you're wondering why, let us clarify. Garlic butter, cheese, garlic butter, bacon, garlic butter. Need we say more? Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger.
Friday night, right here on ESPN2, we'll have the rematch of last season's West Regional Final. Number 5 UConn, number 10 Gonzaga. This one is part of the Continental Tire Seattle tip-off, and coverage begins at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. I'll be up. Will you be up, Fran?
Oh, I'm going to be up. We got a text this morning from Danny Hurley. How's Duke looking?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
He's got a little bit invested, having his brother a star here. It's also a team that he might see in March.
Plenty of firepower here tonight for the Dukies. Filipowski with 28, Roach with 19, and the second column is what really catches your attention, Fran, for both those guys.
Absolutely, and for the whole team tonight. The ball really moved well, and that was something that did not happen in those losses to Arkansas and certainly at Georgia Tech. Of course, Tyrese Proctor got hurt early in that game.
Well, it looks like Filipowski's night is done, and we get our first look at Sean Stewart, the freshman from Windermere, Florida, number 13. If this is it for Filipowski, 28 points, tied his career high with 10 made field goals, 12 rebounds, 8 assists is a new career high, and another new career high by tying, having 4 made threes. Power is fouled on his drive, against Griffin Baruch, and so Power will head to the free throw line.
Hey, by the way, we know Hofstra, they were pretty good for about 28, 30 minutes. That league, you see that UNCW beat Kentucky.
Kentucky, right, at Rupp.
Yep, at Rupp. Drexel beat Villanova at Villanova. I believe that was at Villanova. I know it was part of the Big Five, but
Monmouth beat West Virginia.
Yes, they
yeah, there
did.
it is right there.
Yeah. My man Zach Spiker doing a great job at Drexel.
Well, again, coming into the year, Charleston was picked as the number 1. I'm not sure necessarily they're going to be the team to beat, but UNCW was 2. Drexel was 3. These Hofstra Pride was picked number 4. But once again, that's a deep league at the top especially.
Yeah, no question. Terrific young coaches in that league.
And it's the Coastal Athletic Association now.
Got it. Man.
Kejon Robinson, the freshman from Apopka, Florida, out of Wekiva High School with his first 3 points.
I thought we would have seen more of him tonight, but Speedy elected to go with the veterans.
Yeah, they're really high on him. They think he's got a big future as maybe the next really good guard at Hofstra. Foster picking up the offense in the second half, now has 9.
North Carolina kid, love his work ethic. He's a gym rat. Dad spent 30 years in Charlotte area as a police officer. And he's one of those guys that I believe is going to be a culture warrior. Don't see one and done for him right now, certainly.
Again, you borrowed that phrase from somebody?
Joe Mantegna, the coach at Blair Academy. I'm not going to go around stealing people's stuff here, okay?
You had a confession to make.
I did. He's a great coach. He's had Royale Ivy in the NBA. He's had
all day.
Yep.
Final minute. The Crazies have had a good time watching their team, especially on the offensive end here tonight.
Couple freshman guards getting on the board. Farmer still scoring.
Now timeout to get more reserves into the game. Neil Begovic, the grad transfer from Stanford, gets in. Spencer Hubbard, the senior from Los Angeles, will get his opportunity to play. There's number 55 in white out of Harvard Westlake High School. You've got to feed the walk-ons.
You know what the key to walk-ons are? First of all, they must be all conference academic.
Yes.
Nobody wants a 2.4 GPA.
That's why Coach Boeheim didn't keep me as a walk-on.
Exactly. You weren't smart enough. The second thing you have to do is you have to have a car so you can take your teammates who don't have a car to Walmart on Sunday for the toilet paper and the toothpaste.
Yes.
And then the third thing is whenever the scholarship guys want to be in the gym, you go in the gym with them, and you don't have to shoot. Just pass.
Foul on the shot. Will send Robinson to the free throw line.
But Begovic and Hubbard were very actively involved in the scout. Their scout walkthrough is very detailed, and Spencer Hubbard, man, playing the role of Carlos.
Well, Jay Lucas, the assistant for Duke, had the scout at their shoot-around this afternoon.
There you see Spencer. Yeah, they got a great young staff.
They do.
Chris Carrawell was in the G League. He's an excellent coach. They've added Emmanuel Dildy, William Avery, Jay Lucas.
Shot clock's off. Hubbard probably won't shoot, but I'm rooting for him to.
Nah.
Well, Duke struggled in the first half defensively, had a big push right before the break, and then in the second half never really looked back.
No. Hofstra had